News Channel 15 presents The Film Reel, the talk show where we discuss everything going on in the world of movies and television, with hosts Bryce West and Kane Jones. This is The Film Reel. Welcome back into The Film Reel, the talk show where we discuss everything going on in the world of movies and television. I am Bryce West.
Kane Jones.
And today, we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
We've missed quite a bit of major releases that have come out in the past few weeks. But first, we're going to go into the box office report for this week. Coming in at number 5 is Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, starring Rebecca Hall and Brian Tyree Henry.
Yep.
Two ancient aliens, Godzilla and Kong, clash in an epic battle as humans unravel their intertwined origins and connection to Skull Island's mysteries. The film brought in $2.6 million, dropping 42.5% from last weekend. Nice. Coming in at number 4 is Tarot? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that one. Starring Avon Tika and Jacob Batalone.
Yep.
When a group of friends recklessly violates the second rule of tarot readings, they unknowingly unleash an unspeakable evil trapped within the cursed cards. One by one, they come face to face with fate and end up in a race against death. The film brought in $3.4 million, dropping 47.7% from last weekend. Coming in at number 3 is Challengers, starring Zendaya, Mike Feist, and Josh O'Connor. Tashi, a former tennis prodigy turned coach, turned her husband into a champion. But to overcome a losing streak, he needs to face his ex-best friend and Tashi's ex-boyfriend. The film brought in $4.3 million, dropping 42.3% from last weekend. Coming in at number 2 is The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. A down-and-out stuntman must find the missing star of his ex-girlfriend's blockbuster film. The film brought in $13.7 million, dropping 50.6% from last weekend. Lastly, coming in at number 1 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, starring Owen Teague, Freya Allen, and Kevin Durand. Many years after the reign of Caesar, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past and make choices that define a future for apes and humans alike. The film opened with $58.4 million. Well, Kane.
Respectable.
There we have it. That's our top 5 for this week. 3 through 4, pretty reasonable and normal. In fact, they're at the exact spots that they were from last weekend.
Absolutely.
The Fall Guy dropping from 1 to 2 makes sense. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, huge blockbuster film.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, The Fall Guy doesn't seem to be performing all that well, which just kind of shows the current state of Hollywood. Where we finally get this sort of really cool. Is it based off of a TV show, The Fall Guy? I think it is.
I think it is too.
But so it is still based off of an intellectual property, but it's not like this is the new Spider-Man or this is it does feel different. And unfortunately, that's probably why it hasn't performed so well. It's because how different it is. I've heard it's really great though.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
So if it seems like something you're interested in, definitely check it out. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. this is a big franchise.
Right.
No surprise here to see it at number 1. One thing that we weren't able to talk about since we missed last week. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, re-released in theaters last week due to the, was it the 20th anniversary of the film?
Yep.
Or 25th, maybe?
Is something like that, yeah.
Because it came out in 1999.
Yeah.
But it was celebrating its anniversary, and it actually opened, this is unheard of, I've never seen this before. It opened at number 2 in the box office last week as a re-release.
Insane.
I've never seen that happen before, ever.
Iconic, it's legendary.
So that's really cool. I guess that kind of goes back on what I just said though about I wish these original films were doing better.
Right.
It's cool in the fact that it's abnormal. I guess.
Yeah, you don't see that.
It went from 2 to 9. It's a re-release. People have seen it. So everybody who went to go see it went to see it last week.
Yep.
I thought that was just very, very interesting.
For sure.
See. So we're going to go ahead and go into our predictions now for what's going to happen next week. Coming in at number 1, there's a new movie coming out, If, directed by John Krasinski, starring Ryan Reynolds. We're going to talk about that later.
Yep.
I think, obviously, that's going to come in at number 1.
Yeah, more than
Kingdom of
likely.
the Planet of the Apes, I think, is an easy lock for 2.
Yep.
New comedy movie, Babes, is coming out.
Yep.
I think that, considering Challengers is only around 4 million, Terror only 3.
Yeah.
I think surely this film can make more than however much less than those movies are going to make next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So I think Babes will come in at 3, 4 for Challengers, and then 5 for Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be another pretty much normal week at the box office unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and after this, we're going to be playing some catch up. We missed out a lot, so we're going to be talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, The Fall Guy, and Challengers coming up.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Rylan Robb. I am from Albion, Illinois, and I am a radio TV major here at Wabash Valley College. From broadcasting all sorts of sports games to producing my own TV show and radio show, the hands-on experience is as much as you want to do with it. In terms of the program itself, I think it's really special. It's really like almost a little family in a way, and it's really been really nice being able to experience the things I have with people that genuinely appreciate it with me.
Hello, I'm Sarah Harrell. I'm from Crossville, Illinois, and I attend here at Wabash for the Advanced Manufacturing program. Being here has really helped me grow and really experience what it'll be like later in life, being able to work in a shop and actually run machines. I've loved working on the 3D printer and on the wire EDM and just CNC machines in general. I want to be like a designer and programmer type thing so I can do most of my time on SolidWorks and programming CNC machines.
Mount Carmel's original, authentic Mexican restaurant, Tequila's, is still the best, with great food and some great specials. Lunch-size margaritas are just $1.99 every Wednesday and Thursday. And check out our student specials, including chicken on the beach, Mexican rice with cheese, nacho fajita chicken, or nachos with beef, all including soda. Not a student? No problem. Check out our daily specials just for you. Great food, great specials with great prices, all from the friendly professional staff you know and trust at Tequila's in Mount Carmel.
Before coming to Senior Enrichment Center, I was so depressed that I couldn't get out of bed. That all changed once I started seeing Danielle, the social worker, and Melanie, the nurse. They have been so kind and they truly care about my health. They have helped me to be able to go out and have shown me the importance of how to deal with my problems in a more constructive way. I think anyone who is experiencing grief, depression, anxiety, or isolation can benefit from this program. The Senior Enrichment Center has changed my life.
News Channel 15 on Roku TV. With a Roku-compatible device, News Channel 15 is within your reach. Simply access your Roku TV menu and scroll until you find an Add Channel selection. In the search bar, type Cablecast Screenweave and a green icon should appear. Select this app and choose to add channel to your device's main menu. Once Screenweave has downloaded, open the app and scroll through channels to find News Channel 15. News Channel 15, available on Roku and Apple TV.
In our days, 'cause I found God. Don't wanna be an American idiot. Fever, 'cause I'm breaking.
I really like the teachers here. It feels like home and you make friends easily and everyone cares about you and there's a big diversity in who comes here.
And I'm a mother. My family's here and it's easy for me. And the teachers are great. The school is great.
We're not just students, we're friends. You get more one-on-one. Being such a small class, you're so close with everybody.
Welcome back into the film reel, Kane.
Yep.
We messed up bad.
We did.
We missed quite a lot of stuff.
We have.
That's come out here recently. You know,
but we're here now to talk about it.
Things happen. We got busy, you know, but here we are now.
We're here.
And we're going to go ahead and start off with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the most recent release here. You know, this is an ongoing franchise.
Right.
I believe this is the start of a new trilogy.
Yeah.
Because they had that original trilogy.
Yes.
With Andy Serkis's character,
Caesar, right?
And then now we got whatever's going on in this.
I believe this is after Caesar.
Yeah,
this is
yes,
post Caesar.
Yeah. So, Kane, are you familiar with these films? I've actually never seen these.
I am. Those dealt with Caesar, but see, Caesar. This isn't about Caesar. This is post Caesar. Yeah. So it's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Kind of
looks really
interesting.
Gorgeous. You know, the effects look really good.
Right.
I've just never really been super interested in these films for whatever reason.
Right.
I'm sure once I eventually watch them, I'll go like, damn, I wish I would have watched these like 10 years ago.
Right.
But you know, this didn't really do anything for me to get me interested in it now. So I don't know if you're a fan of the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes franchise. Here it is.
Check it out.
I don't think this is really bringing me in that much as a new fan. After that, we got The Fall Guy. Which this movie just looks like so much fun.
I know.
I mean,
it's so cool.
It's about the stunt man
Ryan Gosling
working on a blockbuster film. It seems like, you know, from what I've heard from people who've seen it, and we've just been so busy, I haven't had a chance to see this, even though I really, really want to.
I know, it looks so good.
It seems like this is just a love letter to filmmaking.
I think so.
In general. And as somebody who's worked on incredibly small budget, but I've worked on films, you know, this just seems like something that would just be absolutely right up my alley. We got Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. I mean, what is there not to love there?
Right?
It seems like the action is spectacular.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to checking it out once I finally have the chance.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we're talking about Challengers, which is a movie about tennis and nothing else. You know, Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is about a little bit more than tennis. You know, this is definitely a movie I really want to go see. First of all, I do love tennis. I love Zendaya. So it seems like a match made in heaven. It's just, I don't know. It just feels like a weird movie to like watch, especially like if you're watching it with a friend and like there's all these scenes in it. I feel like this would be a weird movie to watch with somebody.
Right.
So I've kind of been holding off on it. I might wait until it's out on streaming. But I still do kind of want to see it in the theater too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like jokes aside, looks like a great film. Yeah. I've heard great things about it. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. If you're into romance, if you're into sports, tennis, Zendaya, I think is pretty much an instant sell for me. Definitely go check out that film. With that being said, we're caught up now.
Yes,
we're caught up. And now, after this short break, we're gonna be talking about a new movie coming out this weekend, directed by John Krasinski, starring Ryan Reynolds. If.
As part of the information technology program, students learn the basics of being a network technician. We also cover cybersecurity and network administration. They'll learn the basics of taking a computer apart, putting it back together, as well as general troubleshooting.
Signed up right away because compared to other colleges around, it is a lot more affordable.
What my program does is give you a general background to be able to go into many different fields and still be in IT. So every field wants it, and computers are just more and more in demand.
It's definitely a very worthwhile investment.
Steve Faulkner Automotive has 2023 Pacifica hybrids up to $14,700 off, and all Jeep Compasses up to $6,550 off, payments as low as $299 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
The Shop at 1418 is located at Wabash General Hospital's main lobby. It is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The shop offers a nice selection of gifts for everyone, including children's books, snacks, cards, toys, apparel, and other reasonably priced items. The profits from the Shop at 1418 are used to purchase medical equipment and other needed items for Wabash General Hospital. For more information, visit wabashgeneral.com or visit our Facebook page, The Shop at 1418.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service, give us 2 business days, that's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
You already know that the First National Bank is your real community bank, but have you met our people? It's the people inside that make us a community bank. We live here, we work here, we're your neighbors and your friends. When you bank with us, your money is reinvested in your community. At the First National Bank, our customers are more than an account number. People are the reason for this community. We're your hometown bank, serving the area since 1906. We are the First National Bank, where our people make the difference. Come see us today. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I think what makes Wabash better than any other college is that it's a small, close-knit community and it offers a lot of different classes with a lot of different teachers.
What makes it better is the hands-on training. The teachers really want you to succeed.
It's such a different kind of community than what a big college would be. I can go and walk down the hall and I know like 7 different people. And so I think it's just the sense of community that you get from a smaller college.
I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on.
Here on News Channel 15, we keep you updated with our daily newscasts.
I'm standing right next to former NFL quarterback Luke McCown.
We interview former pro athletes, as well as film shows at the local
Now to be playoff eligible, so we'll go ahead and take a look.
And national levels.
A lot of hope with some backup running backs I got.
Trying to get my running backs going as Chris Carson is still on IR.
News Channel 15. We're here for you.
I'm the first kid of my family to ever go off to college.
It's very affordable. Community colleges are not something to blow off.
What stands out the most for me is their science program.
Math and science programs they have here are top notch.
To me, it's just a big old family like that. That's what I like about it the most.
If I had to go back and do it all over again, I'd still go to only Central College.
I highly recommend going here. It's a great school. I love it.
Welcome back into the film reel. Now we're going to be talking about If, which comes out this weekend, directed by John Krasinski, starring Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
This seems like a really cool premise for a film. It's about this girl who starts seeing everyone's imaginary friends. She starts seeing the imaginary friends of the people who grew up and have since forgotten their imaginary friends. I think this is a very interesting concept for a film. You know, original. At least I haven't seen a film exactly quite like this. I like sort of the combination between these like animated characters and then the real life characters. Overall, I just think it's a really neat, cool concept. Kane, what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And Ryan Reynolds, come on now. What's not to like?
I mean, we said it about Zendaya. Pretty much instant sell for a lot of people. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is a huge star. I mean, this movie just looks like it's a lot of just fun.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
and I feel like we're not getting movies like this a lot.
Right.
Here at least here recently.
Sure.
You know, it's got to be these like these big spectacles.
Right.
And sometimes I just want to watch a fun movie. You know, where I don't have to like think. About anything.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
I don't know.
And the concept's interesting, like you said.
Yeah.
It's unique and different, and it looks great.
It seems like something that's right up my alley. You know, I like this sort of like cheesy, kind of stuff. It seems like Ryan Reynolds is in a bit more of a more serious role than,
little bit,
than
kind
he
of.
usually is in. I mean, he's still cracking jokes,
Right.
you know, but it
A little
doesn't seem
comedic,
like,
a little serious,
Yeah.
a little bit of both, you know.
because I feel like a lot of the times with Ryan Reynolds characters, it's just like, okay, the whole thing is just one
Right.
big joke. You
Yeah,
know, like
absolutely.
the whole character is just a joke.
Absolutely.
But with this, it seems like, you know, he's a little bit more grounded. He's caring for. I'm not sure if his character and the girl Kaylee Fleming's character are like related. I'm not actually sure about the relationship between those two, but they're connected somehow.
Yep.
It seems like a very endearing relationship.
A good movie
between
for the
those
family
two.
to go see, you know.
Yeah, I think so. Unless there's something they're hiding from the trailers, it didn't seem like this was like any, because you're right. Ryan Reynolds is usually in like these like mature type of films.
Yeah.
It seems like a good family movie to take the kids to, especially with everything else that's out right now. There's not really one of those out.
Right.
So yeah, if you're looking to take the kids out to see a movie this weekend. It looks great, I think. So, and then also, Babes is coming out. You were talking about that before we started filming the show.
There's not a lot of comedy movies out.
Yeah.
It's strictly comedy, and this looks good.
Yeah.
Alana Glazer, and I think it looks good too as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into comedies, they usually don't do very well anymore. So if you're into comedies, definitely check that one out as well. With that being said, we're gonna take one last quick break. After this, Kane speaks about his favorite comedy films. Coming up.
Auto body specialists are in demand, but it takes skills and training to enter this growing field. Albany Central College's Collision Repair Technology program can get you started with a 2-year associate's degree. Gain hands-on experience repairing and restoring damaged vehicles while working in our state-of-the-art facility. Call 618-395-7777 to learn more, or visit www.iecc.edu/OCC.
The Shop at 1418 is located at Wabash General Hospital's main lobby. It is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The shop offers a nice selection of gifts for everyone, including children's books, snacks, cards, toys, apparel, and other reasonably priced items. The profits from the Shop at 1418 are used to purchase medical equipment and other needed items for Wabash General Hospital. For more information, visit wabashgeneral.com or visit our Facebook page, The Shop at 1418.
Get your Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel. 2024 Escape up to $2,500 off, and 2024 Edge up to $2,900 off. Go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com today. At Steve Faulkner Automotive, get 2023 Chargers and Challengers up to $13,000 off, 2023 Jeep Gladiators up to $11,400 off, and all 2024 heavy-duty Rams up to $13,000 off. Come in today.
Have your weather radio, have a flashlight with batteries in it, make sure your cell phone's charged, know where you're going to go when bad weather hits. Go to the lowest interior room in your house and wait the storm out. After the storm, if your power's out or if there's any kind of dangerous situation or anything like that, call Mount Carmel Public Utility Company. As you go outside to survey the damage a little bit, just make sure to stay away from down power lines.
You already know that the First National Bank is your real community bank, but have you met our people? It's the people inside that make us a community bank. We live here, we work here, we're your neighbors and your friends. When you bank with us, your money is reinvested in your community. At the First National Bank, our customers are more than an account number. People are the reason for this community. We're your hometown bank, serving the area since 1906. We are the First National Bank, where our people make the difference. Come see us today. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
In our days, 'cause I found God. Don't wanna be an American idiot. Fever, 'cause I'm breaking.
I'm Mason Gross. I am a marketing business management major at Wabash Valley College. You'll learn a lot about the business industry as a whole, and that really helps you to explore your options as far as to what's out there. So I'm doing my internship at Summer Real Estate in Salem, Illinois. Right now I'm working on getting my license. I am hanging around the office, going to showings, and doing everything I can as a non-licensee to get myself ready for when I graduate and take that step as an agent.
Welcome back to the Film Reel. I'm Kane Jones, and right now it is time for Kane Speaks. Are you ready, Bryce?
I'm buckled up, Kane. I'm ready to go. Let's hear it.
So we were talking about comedies. Babes is coming out, and I have a list of 10 comedies that are personal favorites of mine. So let's get into it. In the number 10 slot, taking it way back to a classic, My Cousin Vinny.
Okay.
Interesting take. Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei, classic. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you guys go check it out. It's one from the vault. It's a good one.
Nice.
Classic.
Okay.
Yep, that's in the number 10 slot. In the number 9 slot, another golden oldie classic, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. John Cleese, man, it is just so witty from every angle in the story, and the acting is just so cheesy that it's good. You know, it's awesome. Moving into the number 8 slot, Young Frankenstein. This movie, iconic, Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic.
Yes, absolutely. Stellar performance from him in Young Frankenstein there. In the 8th slot, moving into the 7th slot, a more modern film, The Jerk. Straight out of
I have never heard of this.
79. Yes, this is early for Steve Martin. Legend.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's called The Jerk.
What is it about?
The Jerk. He's a jerk. Literally. Go watch it. Look it up.
It's one of those movies.
Yes,
Okay.
Carl Reiner directed, and it came out in 1979, and it's a classic from Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Yep. Moving on to number 6, another classic, Coming to America. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall.
Didn't they just make a new one for Prime Video?
They did. The second one, a sequel, Coming to America 2.
Yeah.
Also pretty good, but not as good as the first one, in my opinion.
Well,
but
that
still
sounds
pretty
about right.
good. I mean, you had Tracy Morgan and some others added. But yeah, Coming to America, the very first one, starring Eddie Murphy. It was a classic. Still is a classic
Eddie
to this
Murphy's
day.
hilarious.
Absolutely. Moving on to the top 5. I would think it'd be a crime to not mention Robin Williams in any of these films. The Birdcage.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Birdcage, Robin Williams, straight out of 96. Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Come on now. The Birdcage sitting
It's very
in.
interesting. Whenever people talk about Robin Williams films, I don't usually see people bring up The Birdcage. So that's a very
everyone
interesting
mentions
pick.
Good Will Hunting, of course, and
Well, that's a drama
Jumanji.
film. That's not a comedy, but yeah.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Okay, Jumanji.
Yeah.
But The Birdcage, underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Underrated. Moving into the number 4 slot, The Big Sick. Came out in 2017.
Okay, newer one, yeah.
Kamel Nanjiani, did I say that right? Ray Romano. A little underrated and a very modern day comedy.
Yeah.
Kamel, he's hilarious in this film. Yes,
Cool.
check that out. Moving into the top 3, another cult classic, one of my favorite films ever, directed by Mike Judge, Office Space. If you've never seen this film,
I
look
have not
it
seen
up. It's great. It's just Mike Judge, who also created King of the Hill, directed. Legendary film.
Cool.
Yep. And into the second slot here, we had Napoleon Dynamite, directed by Jared Hess, starring Jared Heder. This movie is just so funny and quirky from top to bottom. The acting is so good that it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's good, man. For talking about
So
it's
good,
a cult.
it's dumb.
I know. Well, you know.
No, I mean, I get what you're
I'm saying is
No, I
it's a
get it.
cult classic.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course.
And moving into the number 1 slot, an ultimate classic for our generation, Step Brothers in the first slot.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. I mean, come on. It's hilarious.
For sure.
Top to
Yeah,
bottom.
I've heard a lot of people
Amazing.
put this
Step
at the top
Brothers,
of their
man.
list.
Step Brothers. And that rounds
Definitely no
out
surprise.
the list of my personal favorite comedies.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not really that big of a comedy guy, but one comedy movie that I watched and I loved was Hot Rod. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah. I'm
Dude,
vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I loved that film. If you have not seen Hot Rod, it is seriously one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
All right.
And I'm not really that much of a comedy film
Didn't
guy.
have it on, but I'll check it out. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Hot Rod would be like my one pick for me.
Nice.
But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching the film reel, and we will be back next week for even more epic episodes like this. See you all later.